The Tampa Bay Times had knowledge of the stunt before it occurred. It seems to me a line might have been crossed. There's a difference between reporting the news and not reporting a possibly serious crime when you know it will occur, Dan.
It's difficult, and it's a big, big question. I think that listener is exactly right. Look, the Secret Service apparently knew about this guy, went and talked to him. Not
When?
not directly before his stunt, but I believe a couple of years ago, and they determined that he wasn't a threat. Now, fast forward to a couple of days ago, the question is, how do they not, if they knew that he was out there, how do they not stop him? And more importantly, to your point, it is, and I'm not even sure what to say about it as a reporter, except that if you know something like this, which could, if there's a consequence that you don't realize is going to happen, what do you do as a reporter? Do you wait for it to happen and then call midair, which is what this reporter did, or do you alert the authorities before this guy takes off?
John.
I have a conflict of interest because the Tampa Bay Times is where I started my career, my former newspaper. I first of all, the entire stunt is idiotic and insane. I'll just start with that. Second of all, I think Dan is right. It is the responsibility of the authorities to police the airspace and to, I mean, that's what law enforcement and aviation enforcement is about. I don't think it's necessarily the newspaper's responsibility. What I don't know is how deeply involved was the newspaper in this stunt in terms of planning it, participating for purposes of its own story. I don't know the answer, but ultimately it's law enforcement who has to take care of this.
He took off from Pennsylvania, and I disagree with you, John. I really think it was their responsibility to report on it and make sure it didn't happen